For such a serious topic, this is a very fun video.
Yeah,
very cool.
It's the music that's got us bopping.
It's Men's Health Awareness Month, and the BET Experience is hosting a free wellness summit for Black men today and tomorrow. It features conversations around health, wealth building, emotional healing, and community connection.
And Dr. Dave Montgomery is a cardiologist and wellness expert, and he's here to discuss the WayMaker's Men's Summit. Thank you so much for being with us this morning.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Yes, important conversation to have around Black men's health, particularly we're going to be talking about as well. Tell us what you're going to be talking about at the summit.
Yeah, so I'm a cardiologist, but my partner and I are going to be talking about health, and the crucial part about health that I think men miss sometimes is that health is not just nice to have. It's really important to drive your engine, right? Our bodies, our psycho-emotional health are exactly what we use to be peak performers. If you're going to, perform optimally, you've got to have a healthy performing engine. And that's what we're going to drill down on.
I laugh a little because I look at men so many times who don't want to go to the doctor. They
hate it.
They hate it. They get sick. They don't want to go. But when you look at the numbers, Black men 30% more likely to die from heart disease than white men. Can you talk about this disparity and what's driving it?
Yeah, I think there are two big things: fear and agency. Fear, there's a fear that when you go to the doctor that you've got to have, one of these intrusive exams. Right. It turns out that we don't even have to do that anymore, but also the agency part. So I think agency, not feeling like you control your health, right? For men, that's a big deal to just walk into an environment where by definition you're giving up your agency. And what we've got to do is reframe that for men, because medicine's not practiced in the old paternalistic way, you do everything I say type of thing. But for many men, that's what they remember from being a child. The last time they went was, as a child.
When they were a child.
Yeah.
Talk about, you do videos. I know social media is so important, bringing this conversation to Black men. How is that helping with their health and wellness to make it a more conversational thing? Because I think a lot of people just not only don't go to the doctor, they don't talk about their health or going to the doctor.
Yeah, no, it's what I think is going to be critical to try to fill the gap. There is a chasm between the purveyors of health, the people who are studying it and advancing science, and the people who it matters to the most. And I think that if you can come in a relatable way and, on social media, on mass media, I think you can get to more minds. And if you can change more minds, then people will change their own behaviors.
Absolutely.
It is about the behaviors. It's hard for people, though, because I know men go in and it's like they put I only have 2 beers a week, when really they're having like a beer a day. It's also about being honest with your health practitioner about what your behaviors are.
Yeah, no, that's so good. You don't know how good that is. And it's well, you do know how good it is. It's layered, right? I mean, not just men, but women do that too. We'll underreport things. We have an identity, not just about our person, but about our health, right? We have a health identity, and your doctor's job is to kind of help you walk through that a little bit. One of the things that does, impact health more that we don't consider is things like alcohol and, like smoking. Cigars are the zeitgeist is, let's go get a cigar. It's doing a lot of harm, and we've got to drill down on that as well.
Okay, you mentioned alcohol and smoking. If you were talking to a group of Black men right now across the board, what would you say are 3 things they can do to improve their health?
I think the most important and the most critical is to figure out what your body is telling you, right? Everybody's different. If you go get yourself checked, right? And by that, I don't mean have somebody do some invasive procedure. I mean, go get the battery of blood tests, tell you about your kidneys, your liver, your brain, your hormones. Go get what I think is the most critical piece, which is go get your heart screened. Heart disease is the #1 killer of all men, certainly of Black men. And if you go get your heart screened, which is a very simple thing, I'm going to have some diagnostic tests for my heart, then you start to get into, some of the problems. Where there's a problem, start to work on the solution.
There you go.
Got it.
It's as simple as that.
I know. Really great advice. Thank you so much for being with us this morning, Doctor.
It's a pleasure indeed.
The WayMaker Summit gets underway this morning. The event runs through tomorrow from 9 to 6 at the Beehive in South LA. That's a great spot. You can find out more information on kcalnews.com. You can just click that QR code you see right there as well.